Hello, my name is Karan Abebefe, and I am the Director of Operations for Zoya Ministries. The mission of Zoya Ministries is to provide food, clothing, and shelter to the poor, lost, and forgotten people of the world. The scripture motto for Zoya Ministries is, "When I was hungry, you gave me food. When I was thirsty, you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me." As we provide those basic necessities of life, we also minister the gospel of Jesus Christ. We feel that in addition to meeting people's individual needs, we also need to share the gospel to bring them hope. Zoya Ministries has been able to provide clean drinking water for individuals in a remote village in Africa. We've also been able to provide Bibles for individuals in their language in Romania. During Christmas time, Zoya Ministries collects gifts, toys, for children in inner cities. This past June, I had the privilege of traveling with Zoya Ministries to Nigeria, West Africa, to an orphanage there by the name of Ministry of Mercy. Ministry of Mercy Orphanage is headed by Daniel and Esther Ade. They are Nigerian-born. Sometimes when we think about orphanage, we tend to think that they're just babies and preschoolers and toddlers, but they're children up to age 18 at the orphanage. And what they do is basically they care for the children. They provide an education for them. When the children reach high school age, they send them away to high school. The ironic part about Ministry of Mercy Orphanage is that Daniel has 7 biological children of his own, and he also cares for 300-plus residents at Ministry of Mercy Orphanage. Daniel does not have a place to live. He goes from house to house at the orphanage to make room for his family, but he never turns a child away. Ministry of Mercy is a Christian-based organization, is one of the largest orphanages in Nigeria, but they don't receive any federal aid or funding. Most of the funding is received by people who give donations to Ministry of Mercy. Zoya Ministries is one of the ministries that supports Ministry of Mercy. We had the privilege of going there this past summer in June on a medical mission trip. Dr. David Abebefe from Plano, Texas, he led 22 other people, and Robert Burnett, the president of Zoya Ministries, and they opened a medical clinic there at the orphanage. During that week, in an expanse of 8 days, they saw close to 594 patients. This included all of the children at the orphanage, the aunties, which we refer to as the caregivers, and the teachers, staff at the orphanage. They provided medical care for these people. This was free medical care that was given, and as they gave the medical care, Pastor Lennon Nolan of San Angelo, Texas, and his team evangelized to the people that were waiting to be seen. And we had many people to give their lives to Christ as a result of that. During that week, we also took baby bottles, infant formula, clothing, diapers, items for the aunties, clothing for the older children at the orphanage. So there are a lot of needs at the orphanage. One of the many needs is a home for the children, a home for the infants and toddlers. Right now they have a girls' dormitory. They have a boys' dormitory that is under construction. Zoya Ministries was very instrumental in helping to build or helping to assist with the building of the boys' dormitory. And the infants and toddlers actually need a place. They need a cafeteria to feed the children. When the children have dinner, lunch, or breakfast, they come outside of the rooms where they sleep at night, and they actually sit on the cement floor, and that's where they share their meals. Zoya Ministries, we want to provide a place where children can have meals together, where they can pray together, where they can sit at a table, a place that's protected for them. We also want to provide an area where they can sleep comfortably. One of the saddest things during our stay there was at nighttime when it was time to go back to our rooms, and we were saying goodnight to the aunties and the children, and we looked into the rooms as the children prepared for bed, and we noticed that the children were laying on the floor, and the aunties, they would go into the corner of the rooms and they would pull out a pallet. It was a very thin straw pallet if they had them, and they would lay those out on the floor, and the children would just lay down. These are children that are maybe 2, 3 years old, and they would lay on the floor, and what I noticed was that the children would fall asleep quickly, and what that told me was that the children, they were used to this. They were used to laying on the cement floor to sleep at night. So what Zoya Ministries wants to do, we want to provide shelter for them. We want to provide a comfortable place for them to sleep at night. And the name of the project is Noah's Ark Project. In the Noah's Ark Project, we'll have a kitchen for the aunties to prepare their food. Usually when they go out to prepare their food, they'll go out into the open area. There's a place that's maybe covered with tin and looks similar to a shed. And they'll go under there and they cook. There's open fire. It's very dangerous because one of the little children may be walking by, and if they're not being watched, they could easily get burned by the grease. It's a very dangerous process. So we want to provide a place where the aunties can safely prepare meals for the children and residents at the orphanage. We also want to provide a home for Daniel and Esther Ade, the people who provide a home for so many people, and they themselves don't have a home. So we want to provide a home for them. And then we also want to have the actual Noah's Ark, where the children, it's going to be a safe haven where the children can play, learn, and grow in a safe atmosphere. In the future, Zoya Ministries would like to take a mission trip each summer. And our goal is to go all over the world to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. And one of the tools that we'll use to do that is through medical mission trips. We feel that when you minister to sick people, you have a captive audience, because when you have free medicine to meet the needs of individuals who ordinarily can't get to the doctor, or they live so far out in a remote area they don't have easy access to a hospital, we feel that it gives you an audience who's ready to listen to you. If you're interested in joining us in future mission trips, please contact us at www.zoyaministries.org. In the summer of 2007, we will visit Nicaragua. We will hold a medical clinic there. And if you're a Spanish-speaking person, or you have medical skills, or you have compassion, and you want to reach out to those who are hurting, please contact us. We look forward to you partnering with us as we reach the world with the hands of God.